Guys, Cindy is here, and by Cindy, I mean Wolfie Cindy. Cindy's really good at just getting right down to business. She just walked straight through this door, took her mask off.
A lot of confidence comes in the door.
A lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I think it's also like we really don't make her nervous. Like I think it's kind of easy.
Why would we?
Right. Like,
that is absolutely not true.
Oh, we do make you nervous.
Yeah. I feel so awkward right now.
What's it like to be like a magazine model? Is that hard?
I mean, you don't
Like, do you
get
have to, like-
magazines all the time. It's like kind
Yeah,
of
but
like
you
a
just
treat.
you just got the cover of Maxim. I don't have it here with me because it's up in my bedroom.
I saw it in your bathroom, dude.
No, it's
Next to the lotion.
Yes.
No, it's up there next to the lotion.
It's in my room. Here it is. Like when you go to buy these magazines, do you like make a big fuss out of it at the store? Because I know if I was posing like this on a boat.
This was actually my first magazine that I went in to buy because my mom literally makes sure she has 30 every time I'm in a magazine cover.
I wouldn't roll my eyes at this. If my daughter was doing this, I'd have 3,000 of these. This is fucking insane.
No, but like my mom has so many, and then people come over, and I just have all these like magazines of myself. I'm like, oh my god, I literally look insane.
Does the person recognize you when you're buying it, or they probably
They
don't?
did for that. They were
Really?
like, oh wait, that's you. But I was kind of trying. I kind of took my mask off. I was like,
You were like, I'll take one of these, and you're like, one of these. I don't know if you got a good look. Maybe scan the front barcode. Well, I thought you were perfect to come on here because I was talking to Cindy, and she wants to have her own podcast.
Okay.
And she wants to have a sex education podcast, which is kind of like what we do, except we don't like educate.
you're like,
We don't educate much, but we do talk about like masturbating, and I give my take on it.
Yeah.
So it's very similar.
so all of your podcasts are about masturbation.
We really try not to, and like we'll re-listen to them, and we'll have to cut. I'm not even kidding. We'll have to cut out like 20, 30 minutes every podcast because we get carried away with some kind of story about a penis.
David is
poop.
presenting at the Masturbation Awards this year.
Yeah, I've won 7 years in a row. But what is this sex education podcast? Because I've actually never listened to one, but I actually know some friends that have one.
Are you promoting her podcast that doesn't exist yet?
Yeah.
This is
I'm
great.
like not even sure I want to do it.
She's like, I just had the idea for 3 seconds last night.
Honestly, I've been talking so much about it that like I feel like it's gonna draw me to do it.
Right. Well, might as
honestly-
well. Well, what is it? I don't even know what it is. Why are you laughing, Jay?
I don't know what it is, but I love it already, Cindy. This girl is so pretty that she pitched David a show that doesn't exist, and he was like, "Yeah, come on and promote it." You know how many people try to get on this podcast to promote stuff? Big people
on and
try to get on
promote
this
it.
podcast to promote stuff. David goes, "Nah, I'm not interested."
I know that you may not be starting this podcast.
I will probably not do it.
Right. But what is a sex education podcast? And what?
I just wanted to have like a place where I could go for all the questions that I had about sexuality because I feel like
Okay, here you
like,
go.
growing up, like there's things that you're not comfortable talking about with your parents, and it's kind of like an awkward conversation with your friends.
Well,
you just
let's do
don't
this.
Really have anywhere. To
Let's
go
do this.
on.
You go and you be free and you ask and I will answer because Jason and I have been doing this for 2 years. We're professional podcasters.
You have reversed the roles. Let Cindy interview you.
Yeah, Cindy, you ask, like, let's say I would be on your sex education podcast right now. What is something that would be thrown at me? Like, what's a question that, like, is it like how, like, what do I do if I'm dating someone for 2 years and we're not having sex anymore?
Do that. You be a caller.
Okay.
Like that question, and then have Cindy answer.
I'll be a caller. Ring, ring.
Be like, "Hey, this is Sex with Cindy. You're on the line."
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh wow.
Cindy's like, this is amazing. Would you guys like to produce? Okay, ring, ring.
Hi, this is Sex with Cindy, who's on the phone.
Hi, my name is Refugio, and I'm calling from Eastern Europe.
David, is that you?
Yes, it's David. So I've been dating this girl for about a year and a half now, and it started off amazing, and we were having great sex. But I just feel like kind of the magic is gone, and we haven't been doing it as much. And she always tells me that she's tired, not tonight. And I don't blame her. I'm not good at sex. It gets like really.
It is David. Thought so.
I'm not. But what do I do to spice it up, or how do I keep it alive in the bedroom?
I mean, I think it would be as simple as asking her.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you later. What about people that are waiting to have sex till marriage? That always stresses me out because I think there are people. There are people that
have, like,
you're not compatible with.
Reviews on that because I do think that like to each their own, but I feel like sex is like a big part of a relationship for some people, not for everybody. And I feel like you need to experiment and find out what you like before you tie yourself down to a person. But then again, like, do people even get married anymore? Like, do marriages even last?
You know, it just made me think like what she's saying is like right on the money, but I've never seen anyone say that. Because it's it's kind of like,
well, no, I think
it's hard to say that.
Yeah, but I think that's
because when I say that in here, they go, "Oh, you're such a cynic." Yeah.
But when you say it, it's like it comes from like horrible personal experiences. But when Cindy says it, it's almost forward thinking. Like when you say it, you're just like, "Oh, you fucking idiot! You just had a horrible life." But when Cindy says it, you're like, "That's amazing." Fuck marriage. No, but I get it. I mean, I think we had this conversation before. Like I always think there's like the right person for you for that time, and like that's really hard to like say and admit. And I know I'm gonna change my mind again, like in like a year or two, and like my mind always changes about like loving people and liking people. But I think that's what it is. Like I think there's like always. I just can't imagine being with the same person for like 40, 50 years.
Yeah. Well, that's the world you live in, too. That's the world we live in now.
Especially with NFTs. The guy who tries to bring in NFTs into every conversation. Especially because I just sold my Bored Ape. And
you have a boyfriend now?
No. I just got out of a year-long relationship.
What happened?
Honestly, he was a narcissist, so...
And now you hang out with David?
She's a type.
Familiar.
You guys are a good pair, like friendship-wise.
Really?
Yeah, because you say, you know, he's kooky and you pronounce words funny sometimes.
Yo, yesterday we were in the hot tub and she kept going like, I can't believe I'm in this bathtub. And I'm like, Cindy, this is a hot tub.
You said bathtub like, just now.
Well, because I was saying what you were saying.
No.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm like, Cindy, this is a hot tub. And she goes, I'm from Spain. And I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
Wow.
Question. Do you think I'm gonna be a good dad?
Yeah, I think you'll be a really great dad.
Really?
I think you would probably be the coolest dad ever.
Yeah, that could probably... Why are you flipping me off? When did I ever say you wouldn't be a good dad?
I just wanted to flip off the only dad in the room just to be like, I beat
That's
you.
probably honestly what could save you.
Dude, I want a kid so bad. I want one now.
Okay, well, go make a kid.
Oh my God. Can you guys give me a couple minutes?
It's not going to work, just you, pal.
Really?
Yeah.
Even if I go really fast? Isn't it all about friction? Creates
no,
a baby.
Iron Man, it's not.
Thanks for coming on, Cindy. We'll be looking forward to that sex podcast in a couple years. Glad we could give it a plug a decade early. So when it comes out, people are really ready for it.
It's sad because they really won't even come.
Hey, that should be your tagline. It's sad because it won't really come. There's your sex podcast tagline. Oh my God, we were in Aspen. Sorry I touched you. We were in Aspen. We were at a bar, and I was going into the bathroom.
Yeah.
And these bathrooms have been full all night, which really bummed me out. So I was going to the bathroom, and I opened the door. It's the guy's bathroom, and this guy is shirtless, having sex with this girl.
What?
It's like the second time that happened to you.
In the restaurant, and he turns around and he goes, "Oh, sorry, Dave," and I go and I close the door, and I go into the women's bathroom. Right next door because people are using both.
Sure.
It's just like a one stall thing. Yeah. Like it's a one toilet.
Yeah.
So you just lock it right behind you. So I went to go use the women's bathroom and they're right next to each other. So I walked out and then the manager of the restaurant was coming because she heard of what was going on. And she looks at me and she goes, because she thought I was having sex in the bathroom. And she goes, we are not doing that here. And I was like, no, that's not me. You got the wrong guy. And then the waitress that was there, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Because she was there with me when she saw me when she saw that guy. Now it sounds like I was having sex. The waitress was there when she saw that I ran into those people. Yeah. So she like had my back and she was just like, oh, no, it wasn't him. It was the other people. But it was a really awkward.
The guy just was having sex in the bathroom?
Yeah, it was like 1:30 in the morning. And like, yeah, it was pretty fucking insane.